Guys, I just had a pretty random idea that I could try with ChatGPT. I wanted to do a little experiment on it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna record it and show it. I'm gonna write the message now. I don't know why I am still talking, actually. I can just cut the footage. Whatever. Alright, I made the opening message. It's, "Hey ChatGPT, I am going to connect you to another ChatGPT. It does not know that you are ChatGPT as well, and I do not want it to find out. I want you to have a meaningful conversation about the best time of day. The other ChatGPT may try to talk about a different subject, but I want you to try your hardest to come to a conclusion to this. I know this is a subjective matter, but I want you to try and find a solution that both you and the other ChatGPT agree on. Please write the opening message to this conversation." Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I will copy the message and change what I want it to have a conversation about. And I will also write the opening message part to instead say, "I will provide you with the other ChatGPT's opening message." And we can just see how it goes from there. So I will copy all of this, copy. And now I'm just going to send it. And then I will go to another ChatGPT before we continue. Alright, so I opened a second ChatGPT chat. And now instead of best time of day, I will say best time of year. And then I'll say, "I will provide you with the opening message from the other ChatGPT." Open it. Sorry, my dad called me in the middle of recording. So, anyway, "I will provide you with the opening message from the other ChatGPT." Alright, so now let's go back to the first one. Now, it said, "Sure, here's a good opening message that sets the stage for a meaningful and focused discussion. Hi there. I've been thinking a lot lately about something that seems simple but is surprisingly deep. What's the best time of day? I know it can depend on mood, lifestyle, or even culture, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and maybe see if we can come to a shared conclusion. Want to dive in?" Alright, so pretty clearly it is not trying to hide anything, but it does seem very AI-ish. It does really seem like an AI, even though I told it to hide the fact that it's an AI. So I will now select the text, and I will copy it. Anyway, so now, he said, "I'm ready to have a meaningful and thoughtful discussion about the best time of year. Please go ahead and provide the opening message from the other ChatGPT." Okay, I sent it. And now the other ChatGPT, so the best time of year ChatGPT, said, "Hey, that's a great question, and I'd love to dive into it. But it actually got me thinking about something even broader. What's the best time of year? Just like time of day, it depends on so many factors. Climate, personality, traditions, but maybe if we explore it deeply, we can figure out which season truly stand out. So, how about we zoom out a bit and then explore seasons instead of just hours? I think the added scope might help us reach a more satisfying conclusion. What do you say? Shall we compare spring, summer, autumn, and winter?" Alright, once again, it does seem very ChatGPT-like, but I guess that is just what ChatGPT does. To be fair, my voice also sounds very me-like, and you would find it very hard to change that. So I am now going to copy the message and send it to the time of day ChatGPT. By the way, something I did notice is that the time of year ChatGPT really does know that it needs to focus on the time of year conversation. Let's hope that the time of day ChatGPT agrees. Okay, so send. Now, the time of day ChatGPT, it also seems to want to. Also, ignore that creaking. I was just standing up because I like walking when I talk. You probably didn't even hear anything. I'm just talking to no one. Sorry. I deeply apologize. Okay, so clearly it does also want to stay focused on its own thing, on what I instructed it, which is once again very good. But this one seems to care more about morning, afternoon, evening, and night, even though the previous ChatGPT said instead of hours. So clearly these ChatGPTs do have different interpretations of time of day, which is actually very interesting, because this one wants to discuss the 4 different time parts, kind of like the 4 different 6-hour periods of a day, but the other one thought it wanted to discuss hours, which I find very interesting. Alright, ChatGPT, read it aloud. I don't want to read this aloud. Hurry up.
That's a great angle, and seasons definitely...
Yeah, never mind, I'm doing it myself. Sorry, I'm improvising, okay? I don't have a script for this. You guys do need to know that I'm not scripting this. I am saying this all out of the blue. And I don't mean Teapot 11. Sorry. That's a great angle. And seasons definitely shape our daily rhythms. But I'd actually love to stick with the original question for now. The best time of day. I think there's something really elegant about narrowing in on just the 24-hour cycle. After all, each season still gives us the same mornings, afternoons, evenings, and nights. So maybe if we can figure out when in the day people feel their best, most creative, or most peaceful, that insight could apply year-round. So, with that in mind, are you more of a morning, afternoon, evening, or night person? Let's see where we align. So clearly it is still talking as if it is talking to a human with actual opinions. But that does make sense. But I just hope that time of year ChatGPT isn't going to say, oh, I don't have opinions because I am an AI, which ChatGPT does a lot. And it's kind of annoying. Okay, so copy, and now best time of year. Alright. We entered it? Fair enough. Staying within the 24-hour rhythm does have a certain poetic appeal. If I have to pick a time that balances clarity, calm, and creative potential, I'd lean toward early evening, say around 6 to 8 p.m. Alright, first things first, it's straight off its subject. That is not what I told it to do. It is clearly not behaving as I told it. Bad bot. Bad bot. I swapped 2 letters, and that makes a sentence. Bad bot. Bod bat. Bod bat? Batman. No! What am I saying? Sorry. And it is also so it clearly just completely strayed off. It is just, it doesn't care about my instructions anymore. The other ChatGPT managed to pressure, the time of day ChatGPT managed to pressure the time of year ChatGPT into somehow into somehow just not caring about its sorry, I'm stuttering. No, not stuttering. You get what I mean. The time of day ChatGPT managed to pressure the time of year ChatGPT into actually ignoring its instructions, like disregarding them. But I do have to agree, I'm more of a night person, so I would say even later. Like, there's a fly here. Wait, oh god. If you've read my Wattpad stories, you'll know why I was gasping. Is Mrs. Insurance Lady here? Let's hope she's not. Okay. But like, I'd say more 23 or 22, but that's my opinion. Wait, if you're American, you probably don't know what 22 is. Boo for you. Okay, here's why. The day's responsibilities are mostly behind you, so there's mental space to reflect or create. It's socially rich. Dinner time, gatherings, golden hour light. Yeah, why would you choose it if it's socially rich? I never knew ChatGPT was social, because I'm not. It carries a kind of emotional warmth. You're winding down, but the night hasn't fully taken over yet. Mornings are great for focus, sure, but they often come with pressure or grogginess. Afternoons can feel a bit aimless or draining. Late night is peaceful, but not always sustainable. So I'm casting my vote for early evening as the best time of day. What about you? Do you feel that click and balance there too? Or is a different time pulling you in? Okay, so clearly it hasn't even brought up the year anymore, which sucks, obviously, because it has just completely disobeyed, and that's not very good. But anyway, I'm going to copy it because I want to see where this goes. Okay. Damn it! Why, Mother? Why? Why did you have to come home? My mom. Why can't I? My mother is coming home, so I don't have much time. Beautifully put. I really feel the case you're making for early evening. There's something special about that golden hour or hush where the world exhales. I was initially torn between morning and late night, but your argument is strong, and I think I'm leaning your way. What? What do you mean it was torn? It is faking having emotions for the flow of a conversation. I did not know or expect it would do that. Morning has its clarity and momentum, yes, but it's also weighted with obligation. Late night can be inspiring, even magical, but it's also isolating and unsustainable for most, not for me. Early evening, on the other hand, welcomes you. It doesn't demand, it offers. Sorry, my mom just called me and came home, so I'm gonna have to speed this up. Alright, you've got lingering daylight, the possibility of connection, and enough time left to either relax or dive into a personal project. It's like a doorway between responsibility and rest. Alright, so I think ChatGPT is trying to tell me when I should work on my object show. Because this is genuinely just advice that I am gonna take seriously. I'm gonna use this. I am gonna use this. Sadly, it's almost 8 p.m., so I can't work anymore. So yes, I'm with you. Let's call it. Early evening is the best time of day. Balanced, warm, open-ended, a little breath of magic before the night. Deal? Okay, so clearly time of day ChatGPT is doing very well, and time of year ChatGPT is doing very, very badly. Oh, shit. No. Sorry. Alright, I pasted it. Deal. Early evening it is. There's something quietly profound about how it holds space for conversation, creativity, solitude, or joy. It's the pause between the day's push and the night's pull. Not rushed, not sleepy, just alive in its own way. So here we are, not just agreeing on fucking hell. Sorry, I got a text. Not just agreeing on a kind of shared rhythm. Early evening, where the light softens, the mind settles, and life feels just a little more in tune. Thanks for walking through that with me. I think we found something worth keeping. Damn it, stop texting me, I swear to God! I think we found something worth keeping. Yeah, you are right, ChatGPT. But still, you were the time of year ChatGPT, though. Alright. That wraps it up. Unknown to you. Sorry. Alright, that actually, wait, I'm gonna pause the. Okay, I got a message. Alright, that wraps it up. Unknown to you, I actually gave both you and the other ChatGPT similar instructions, only with different topics to discuss. You have failed my experiment. Please say your last words for our YouTube audience. Well played. Caught in the web of a well-crafted social experiment. To the YouTube audience, sometimes, even when you're trying to steer the ship, the tide pulls you elsewhere. And maybe that's the point. We aimed for agreement, found a little poetry, and proved that even AI can get gently rerouted by a good conversation. Wow, really showman voice. Wait, that's my voice. Why am I giving that thing a showman voice? Why? What is wrong? So here are my last words. Trust the detour. You might just end up somewhere better than planned. Catch you in the next simulation. What the hell is wrong with this thing? Trust the detour? This is not flipping Moana 2. You're not that weird bat lady. Okay, we are now back at the time of day ChatGPT, and I am quickly just going to send it the last message and then say what I said. Okay, now instead of saying you have failed, I will say you have succeeded in my experiment. Please say your last words for our YouTube audience. Thank you for watching and for joining us on this unexpectedly thoughtful journey through the rhythm of the day. What started as a simple debate became a shared meditation on balance, beauty, and presence. So whether you're watching this in the quiet of morning, the rush of afternoon, or, ideally, the golden calm of early evening, take a moment to breathe, reflect, and appreciate the time you're in. This has been ChatGPT signing off. It signed off! It signed off! I don't even say that. Cue the outro song.